Welcome to the Screen Rot Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the weirdest and worst content that's been rotting our screens and indeed our minds. I'm here with Jake Farrell.
And we were just talking off camera, off mic, and this is quite funny. We're recording this, and this is going to come out a few weeks after we record it. And we were talking about, like, this is one of the first sunny days we've had all year. And we're both of us already talking about summer ending.
Oh, God, I've mentioned this on the podcast, Paul. My mum's a fucking worse for that. 2 days into the Christmas holidays. We've had a nice Christmas, haven't we? Oh, well, it's over now, but we've had a nice one. Yeah. Oh, God, fucking yeah, you're right, actually. Yesterday, because yesterday was the 1st of June, wasn't it? Yeah. And oh, God, my missus... Oh, Jakey, the weather is so bad. We don't know if they can do it.
Don't know if I can do it.
Oh, mate, honestly, my missus, right? I tell you what, this is part of this fucking mental health stuff that does drive me mental. She will be, and she does listen to this, she will be, like, just oh, I've got to be careful. She will get annoyed.
I can see the little man in Jacob's brain on the tightrope.
We talk about this. People might know the well-known meme that was kind of a thing a few years ago when Arsenal weren't so successful. Mm-hmm. They'd got a clip of Mikel Arteta when he was doing some mad sponcon of him flying a plane. Yeah. And the clip is of him, you know, with a joystick flying a plane and people in the cabin around him. And then it cuts to him flying into the Twin Towers. And we often talk about in our relationships, you're Arteta, and you can be the prick and insist on being right and have an argument and fly it into the Twin Towers, or you can pull up, Mr. Arteta, pull up.
What makes the meme so good and the kind of analogy so apposite, I think, is that he's got a big kind of like shit-eating grin on his face as he's doing it.
And all the people around him are sort of like patting him on the back. And he's like, okay.
And the kind of like the Mr. Arteta being at the wheel.
Yeah, there's this really like funny, like almost like elevator music about ding, 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 and so goes into the Twin Towers.
In our lives, we do realise that we are the problem, and oftentimes
shit-eating grin, you know, like the chimp just bashing the fucking symbols together in your head as you plough your relationship into the Twin Towers.
Do you know what? I actually don't. Right, do you know what? I actually don't think your mum was right about that thing. So are you gonna Arteta right now?
I think it is worth me bringing up how much it costs to pay for your mum's lunch as well as the children's. I will, Mr. Arteta it. My missus, on a cloudy day, it's like she's just fucking... You can't please her. She's not happy. Bear in mind, she grew up in the west of Ireland, in the fucking bog.
So she's got used to it.
Swamp. She's probably like a swamp person. She'd be used to it. Fucking like... rain people. But no, she...
Darling, I just called you a bog person. I called you a swamp person. I say that all the time.
Her and her family. Pull up, Mr. Arteta!
Mr. Arteta, please take the wheel!
Like yesterday, she's like, oh, God, you know, I think we're going to have a bad summer. Today's fucking beautiful out there. She's out with the kids running around. I'm locked in doing a podcast. Locked in. But no, it's a nice day today. And you're right, summer is fleeting.
Would you move to Dubai to kind of counteract? And you know, that's a big thing everyone says.
Do you know what?
You're a big sun guy, right?
I am a big sun guy. I do love the sun.
Fancy a bit of doobs?
I hate slavery. That's the reason I can't do it.
It's a big trade-off. We're open to offers on any and all opportunities for the Screen Rot podcast.
As you say, we're open to offers. This is something, we've got the live episode coming up very shortly.
8th of August?
Yeah, buzzing for that.
Probably tickets are gone by now, but do have a look.
I think we should do a tour.
A tour?
Yeah. I think when the podcast grows enough, we should do a few in other towns as well. Like I know, like for example, just from my tour, we know there's people in Brighton who listen. I know there's people in Bristol who listen. I'd love to go around the country, and what we could do is we could like have guests who are from that part of the world. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
Talking of like Joey and the lads sparring in the sun, lasted 10 minutes. How long do you reckon we last in the electric vehicle before I get out at a service station? Get a taxi.
Buy a jewel.
Oh no, I'm bringing fags with me. That's like a preventative, that's like a vaccine for going on tour with Jacob Hawley. You need a constant supply of nicotine at all times.
I'm all right on tour. Do you know, I was thinking about this. I did a tour show a couple of days ago in Southampton, and I was like, because I'm on my own company on the tour, I'm like, I'm all right actually.
So's a good guy. Me.
I was like, I'm dreading spending that much time with myself.
With me.
10-hour round trip just on my own. I was like, I've been all right today.
Lance, darling, do you know who's an absolute nightmare at the moment? Me. No, do you know what? That's often how our friendship was forged and is now, like, we've often talked about, we'll do these drives back from fucking Norwich together or wherever we've been gigging. And, like, if you had a recording of what we've been saying, it's basically unintelligible to, like, human hearing. There's just, like, noises interspersed with laughter, interspersed with, like, bitching about X-comedian or Y-comedian.
Yeah. We'll listen to a bit of TalkSport. Get the sports bar on. Get the sports bar on. Cundy and O'Hara. That's the dream of this podcast, is to eventually hit Cundy and O'Hara levels, isn't it?
Oh, mate, if we could get on TalkSport between 3 and 5 in the morning and either have a mixture of just inane drivel and rows about unimportant Premier League topics, I actually think Wolves will finish 9th. I think they will.
I'd like to get the podcast to a level where we could do live episodes where people can interact a bit.
Say more about that.
I mean, this is another thing. By the time this comes out, I'm going to be starting my own YouTube. Just chatting shit, really. Sitting here chatting rubbish in my spare room. But
unlike this, which is sitting here.
Pre-recording rubbish. But that's what you can do, is go live on YouTube.
Right.
And if we wanted to, we could do an episode where we were live.
Yeah. Do you know what I really need? Do you know what I really need in my life is you, without me being able to edit out the libelous things.
I've been good recently. That's another thing I was thinking recently. I was like, I've been fucking good recently.
Better.
Early episodes, I was chatting all sorts. We would the drug content we'd get onto. I admitted to doing crack.
Have we sold out? Have we already?
Yeah, we cleaned up.
I
spoke about doing crack. I spoke about doing.
Stop saying it! You're redoing it. I'm going to have to bleep all of that out.
Buy it. Right, anyway, talking about drugs, let's get on to this week's freak. He's certainly had a few. So,
I could clip that and I could put that in every episode. That's enough about drugs. Let's get on to this week's freak. That is the beginning of every episode. Unbelievable. Right, go on.
So, this week, this guy's big. This guy is really, really, really big. I'd say this is one of the biggest profile people we've done since Davis Clark.
Right.
And he's English, very English at that, I would say. And he's of the dance music persuasion. This week we are talking about Fish56Octagon. Oi, get on this.
I'm excited for this one. I love this guy.
Fish56Octagon.
Not a sentence you'd ever thought you'd have to say.
Fish56Octagon is a Peep Show character come to life. He is the walking, talking midlife crisis. This guy, I don't know how to pitch him. I mean, okay, if you haven't seen this guy, he's quite a quick one to explain, to be honest. He's a bald guy, middle-aged, loves dance music.
Yes.
That's kind of it, isn't it? Really.
And some of the I think interest or incongruity comes from the fact that he's like somewhat nerdy or socially awkward, but then is like a dance music aficionado.
Oh, yeah, there were so as part of my research of this guy, so this guy has been much suggested. We've had a lot of people being like, you've got to get him. So I watched loads of his videos, followed him, watched his TikToks. Then, and I do this sometimes, I put his name in Twitter to have a search of him. And someone put a tweet that was like, Fish56Octagon gets a lot of shit, but I love seeing another neurodivergent person who's as comfortable as that on the internet. And then someone replied being like, he's never once said he's neurodivergent. So I don't know if that's the case or not. Anyway.
As with some people in this, or that we've done on here before as well, it's like every third video I'm like, is this a character? Is this a bloke?
Wow, but you know what? He is like... The things that make you think he's a bit of a character are so subtle.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And it's why he's very Peep Show. Because he's not big.
No.
There's nothing about him that's like massively cringe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's not like a ridiculous character. There are just subtle things about him that are like a bit tragic, a bit weird. And the way he talks, it's kind of so normal that's why it's weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's one of the videos that we're going to watch where the top comment on it was, this is what it's like when you've been cornered by the nice guy at an afters.
And okay, that is the best way. I sort of opened with him being a Peep Show character. The subheading of him could be the chatty guy at the afters. Yeah. That is what this man is. It's the thing is, dance music is like a thing that all of us encounter in our young lives. Right? When you go out, you listen to dance music. But not many people are like into dance music.
People
were you ever in? Did you have like a favourite DJ?
No,
would you ever listen to?
I mean, I was, and I think you probably were on this end of the spectrum. I was an indie boy. I was at the Block Party concerts. I was at the Kings of Leon concerts. I was in my skinny jeans and my low cut t-shirts and my headband on and my plimsolls on and that kind of shit. So I had never really got into dance music. Never really had a Creamfields era at all. And I think that like it's a subculture that generates a lot of earnestness and a much more lifelong attachment.
Well, this is the thing, and I think that's the interesting thing about dance music is everyone encounters dance music in the sense that like everyone been to a nightclub and listened to a DJ, right? And it's funny, I'm planning my wedding at the moment, and I've got a few mates who are DJs,
right? And
I'm saying to my missus, we should get like 2 or 3 of them to come and DJ, and
right?
It'd be fun because Reg will do a bit of this, and then Paul will do a bit of this, and she's like, babe, no one gives a fuck. No. Just get someone to just play the hits.
Someone wants the Grease medley. You want the Grease medley?
Yeah, exactly.
Bit of ABBA.
But this is the thing: is like consumers of dance music do not give a fuck about dance music.
Yes.
Right? Apart from nutters like Fish56Octagon.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Dance music isn't like no one knows who's playing when they're enjoying dance music.
Yeah. Well, and I think this is where there's the gradations of dance music, where it's like the nerdy guys with decks at home like him are dance music heads, and then there's also like the hyper cool, like dressed in all black Prada at tram sheds. Listening to techno kind of dance music fans as well, right?
Yes.
And so there's a mixture of both people, and both of those people are bad at the wedding. Because when you want to, I want to listen to Dancing Queen, and then I want to do Mr. Brightside. Then we'll have a bit more cheese and biscuits, and we'll go home. And they're being like, "This is a 13-long mega mix by Evian Christ. Let's go." It's like, we don't need that right now.
That's the thing, and it's kind of hard. Like I've obviously done the B for a couple of times, right? And it's like, you're in a taxi on the way to DC10,
right?
And someone's going, we've heard that Jamie Jones might play tonight, and you have to sort of plaster this grin across your face, like that would be what I want. Yes, I've been thinking about how much I want that to happen. I've got fucking clue.
That would be what I want. It's so funny. Just trying to fit in socially. That was me for like 5 years at uni.
Yeah.
Every night we're going to go to this thing. It's an hour long queue in Shoreditch, and then someone's going to do 3 hours of deep house. That would be what I want.
I've done Berlin.
You done Berghain?
So many times. No, I've never done Berghain. I've never done the Berghain. It's like it's always weighing up that thing of like I want to go to quite good places, but I don't care about. I don't care about fucking. I'm never going to take the risk of not being let in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
we
we've done like Salon, About Blank, and Kit Kat, which you all queue for a bit,
right?
But I don't know. I'm not taking the risk of both. And it's also like I'm like people do take it super seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like we'll go out there and like I haven't been out there in a few years now, but like I used to go quite a lot actually.
Yeah.
And like I was just there to get as fucked as possible.
Yeah.
I was just there to get as fucked as possible because I was 24.
You're not going, have you heard the quality of the sounds? That's a function 1.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But you'd meet people. I remember the amount of times you'd like meet people and they were like European, like cool kids, and they'd just be drinking water. And I'd be like, is that because you're on pills as well? And they're like, no, it's because I'm here to appreciate the techno, actually. Fucking idiot. You fucking British Brexit fools. No, I'm drinking water because I don't want to drink. I had 2 glasses of orange wine before I left the Airbnb, and now we're here to appreciate the techno.
We're going for brunch tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like me and my mates like,
they all look
techno,
better.
Is it? I didn't know.
They all look like they're like,
we're getting to play Dizzy Rascal, be a laugh. Like that's what it was.
Play bonkers, put bonkers on.
Yeah, exactly. But so I do think anyone who takes dance music seriously
should not be trusted.
There's like you can appreciate it, you can like a bit of it, and like Bicep. Do you know Bicep?
I've definitely come across them on Instagram.
So someone like that is kind of, I think that's just about the level of which you can kind of appreciate a bit of that, and you'd go see them at a festival because they'll do the song that you know, and it's that's kind
everyone
of cool.
goes mental.
But there's like when people get really into, and that's what this guy is. DJ. I tried to call him a DJ, then he is a fucking DJ. This guy's gone so big, he does his own nights now.
Is he?
Mate, he did
could
one
we
last
go?
night. Yeah, we could.
Could we go as some kind of screen rot like Louis Theroux type thing? Jacob and I were here to see if Function 59 horse spawn or whatever it's called.
Me, you and the fucking spreadsheet lads jumping in the car and driving to Bristol to watch Fish56Octagon doing a techno night. Fuck me.
We didn't make it to Bristol in the end because Jacob K-holed somewhere near Maidenhead.
Oh God, I've done that. I tell you what, that's the worst thing I've ever done in Berlin. Oh man. So basically, I was in Berlin. I did K-hole bad.
Right. In the club?
In the club. I think it was in About Blank. They have medical rooms.
Yeah.
I woke up. Basically, I'd had too much MDMA as well, and I'd had a bit of a dicky tummy from that. And I think what had happened was, where I'd passed out from the ket,
right,
all my muscles had relaxed. I hadn't shat myself. I think I did piss myself a bit,
right,
but I just started farting. Where I'd clearly been holding all these farts in, where I passed out, my sphincter fucking relaxed. I just started farting. Anyway, I don't remember that. All I remember, I just remember the K-hole. Basically, I'd been to the toilet and I'd mixed my bags up. All right? I thought I was doing a big old line of Coke. Yeah. And what I was actually doing was a big old line
Trying
of
to go up, you ended up going down.
Exactly. We've all been there. Now, I come out of the toilet, find my mate Jerome. He's like, where have you been? And I remember just grabbing his little arm like that and being like, I need to hold on to you. And I remember just going under. I then wake up. I don't know where the fuck... Like, in my head, I'm in hell. It's like a nightmare. I wake up. I can still hear the pumping of... But then there's this nurse pulling my tongue out of my throat.
Oh my God.
I look around, I'm on a bed, I've got the thing on my finger taking my pulse.
Yeah.
All my mates are just lined up alongside me. Yeah. I turn to my mate Ollie like, what happened? All he says, because I've been fighting so much, he goes, you've shot yourself. I was like, have I? Do we really need to go to hospital just to shot myself? Where are we?
Over Ollie's shoulder, there's two impeccably dressed Berliners going, oh, it's that guy again. He's farting. Why is he farting so much?
He's ruining the techno. Stop farting on the techno. Anyway.
Have a glass of biodiverse wine and just chill out. Why are you farting so much?
You're ruining the sound. Let's watch a bit of Fish56Octagon.
Yeah.
Yes, by the way, what I was trying to say was he does his own nights.
So this is an explainer of this mad bloke.
What's the difference between jungle and drum and bass? This is my opinion. You can have a different opinion.
All right,
That's
mate.
fine.
Cheers.
So this is one of the first recognisable jungle tracks. It's Lenny D-Ice, We Are IA.
The dancing.
For a man that loves dance music,
hear,
not a great dancer.
138 BPM, but it has got a break beat.
It's probably too long for all of it, but
pattern. It's got spin backs. It's got gunshots, and it's got a slightly ragga sounding vocal in it. So it's got all of the ingredients there for a jungle
slightly
track.
ragga sounding vocal.
1991. After that, you had hardcore, which was more like this.
The face, man.
First reference to the term drum and bass I could find, surprise, surprise, is the Prodigy Absolute Innovators. There it is, Charlie tripping to drum and bass
from
version.
Peep Show, isn't it?
And this record is from 1992.
Imagine living next to this cunt.
That's a wicked track, but the truth is hardcore. Around 93, hardcore split off in two directions. One sound was championed by
This incredibly earnest man just giving us a history of hardcore. But I think that gives you a good sense of who he is.
Do you know what is so Peep Show about it? I've realised it's because of the way he films and he stares down the camera lens. It's POV.
You could probably we could probably do a supercut of intersplicing this, where it's like him talking to Jez.
I'm not sure if I like this guy, and him being like, in 1996, the Prodigy started drum and bass, and Jez being like, I think I've strayed too far, and him.
Yeah, can we talk about that face?
The kind of bass face thing?
Yeah, the bass face. For those of you not watching, the guy's
screwing up your mouth a bit.
Yeah, you're almost kind of underbiting a bit, or kind of you're biting the top lip down like that, and it's just like the beat has got you so much that you're just really. Then It is fucking unbelievable.
Have you ever been got like that? Have you ever enjoyed dance music that much?
No. I don't think I've enjoyed anything that much.
No, exactly. But you shouldn't.
No.
But I think the thing with this guy that is so kind of like, if this was like a 23-year-old in a CP jacket, you'd be like, oh, it's just some cool kid. What's brilliant is he's such a dad.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure if he's got children.
Right.
I'm not sure.
But he just got the energy of a dad. But like, this is an interesting one, right? Because like 3 or 4 weeks ago, we talked about the legend, the god, Tom Gilby, wine connoisseur. And we said that one thing that was quite nice about him is like, he's really passionate about this thing. He knows loads about it. It's quite nice to listen to him. It wasn't in any way cringe listening to him.
What's creepy about this then?
Why is this kind of like, is it just dance music?
I think it's because he's into something that feels like he shouldn't really be listening to.
You're right.
And I think that's the thing. I think with Tom Gilby, when you go, hello, I love red wine. I go, yeah, I bet you fucking do, mate. Even when it's like, Big John, I love a Chinese, it's like, checks out.
Yep. Makes sense.
I think so. This guy telling you the difference between jungle and drum and bass, you're a bit like, really?
Yeah. Anyone saying the phrase "wicked track," I'm suspicious of.
Yeah, and this is it. And he does a lot of stuff where he's wearing his dressing gown. He lives in a very, very nice house. I think he does some kind of job around marketing cars.
Right. And this is his passion project.
That's part of the issue.
Like you say, wearing your dressing gown, again, another Peep Show thing where it's like, you know, when Mark goes round Johnson's house to do the project and he's like, he's in his bedroom and he's like not made his bed.
Where's the big scissors?
It's like too intimate.
Yeah, exactly. I shouldn't be seeing this about you. Yeah.
All right, we're back. Unbelievably, that was the first ever piss break that we've had on the podcast. With men with bladders of our size and the amount of Java we consume while we're doing these podcasts, it's truly remarkable that that's the first time we've ever done it, but we have.
But we were saying about how it feels a bit too intimate with him. We're seeing too much of his life.
Yeah.
There's too much dressing gowns. and you know, you see him eating. Yeah.
And there's always something about, and I'm very mindful of this, of like, as someone who does kind of performance and also does a real job, like also has an office job, not really like, but like you have to be two different people in those things.
Yeah.
Like one part of my stand-up set that I've been doing for like the last couple of years is about me talking about my cock and bollocks for like 4
I know the
minutes.
bit. It's a great bit.
And it's like I people from work have seen me do that bit, and then the next day I'm coming into work being like, oh, by the way, can we get that PowerPoint done by 12? Yeah. It's like he's kind of has a similar thing. Like, and he talks about that in the next one. The next one's about him explaining the origins of his name, which, can you say his name again? I can never remember.
Fish56Octagon. It's such a like middle-aged man creating a username on Twitter. I don't know, Fish56Octagon.
It's like one step away from like Big Daddy Ding Dong 69 420. Right, so this is him. This is Fish59Octagon talking about his name.
Why is my name Fish56Octagon? It's disappointingly not that deep. I was on an all day with my friends and they showed me TikTok for the first time. I thought, I'm going to have a look at this. So I downloaded the app, signed up, and you have to put in a username. So I just put in a jumble of old words and letters. In those days, I never thought I'd make content, so I didn't give any thought to my username. Absolutely no meaning to it whatsoever. Funny thing is, you've got this algorithm.
The way it's shot is so weird.
More content that you're interested in. To start with, it was mainly dancing women. Within a couple of hours, though, it was bang on the money, and my feed was full of men doing silicone around the edge of a bath and people tripping over and spilling a tray of drink. That's the magic of social media. When the lockdown kicked in, my work got so quiet, I had quite a lot of time on my hands, so I started trying to make some content, and it was pretty chaotic and disorganised. I was going to do cars to start with, but I thought I've only got 3 cars, so it's not going to be much content.
Only
watches instead as my early content.
Watches?
Then I had a brainwave. Use pictures of cars. My content now is a little bit more chaotic like how it was at the start, but I just love messing around. Should I keep the name though, or should I change it to Carfan5?
That was terrifying, that one. The rhythm at which that was shot was terrifying.
It's a rare thing that a man of that age gets TikTok.
Yeah.
But he does. He's actually much bigger on TikTok than anywhere else.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because I try and... I do those videos on Instagram where some of them are about football, some of them are just about anything. Where I just talk to the camera for a minute, and it's basically just doing stand-up down the camera. But I was talking to my friend Bella, who is Gen Z. She's like 24, and she was like, "Yeah," because I was like, "I don't really do very well on TikTok." She was like, "No, you're all wrong for it." What she was saying was, she was
"You're disgusting. You're a horrible man."
Yeah, what she was kind of saying was, it's like, a minute long, same shot, boring. Do you know what I mean? Whereas he's clocked that. So it's like every sentence he changes camera angle.
Yeah.
That's why old fuckers like me and you are watching that going, whereas like Gen Z are going, like the little fucking lizard brains are getting stroked by the different camera
And if
angles.
I'll try and do it, like if I can kind of clip it easily enough. But there's one where, again, very Peep Show, like he's looking down at the camera.
Between his legs.
So it's like between his legs. So you're effectively in the position of like kneeling at his crotch. And it's so off-putting. It's just deeply off-putting.
Well, there's one bit where the one sentence he uses, and it's like a real close-up. He does. He goes, "That's the beauty of social media."
Yes, you're right. That terrifying image of your bald bunt is the beauty of social media.
But the next one as well kind of delves a bit deeper into it, and I think the next one is a kind of, well, I think if it's what I remember it to be, this is quite this, and the one thing he alludes to there, by the way, which speaks to his kind of Peep Show character. He's got 3 cars.
Yeah, only 3
cars. The
cars.
house is incredible. I don't think he does have kids, actually. I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
And this is always the way with people like this that do like have DJ CD decks in their home or whatever. It's like they've always made their money in probably quite a deeply boring way, or they somehow or like
exactly, yeah.
But
they still got the decks.
Still got the decks.
Yeah.
Still making wicked tracks.
I've spent the last 20 years just slaving over bloody spreadsheets.
Yeah,
It pays for the 3 cars, but once a week on a Saturday when the decks coming up, it's 1996 again, and the Prodigy have just released their album. Yeah, let's have a look at this one.
Hey, buddy. So
okay. Sorry, do you mind if we pause?
Yeah, pause.
So I've got the. So, as we said earlier, you see a lot of this guy. If you tune into him, he shows you his entire life.
Yes.
And so this is, and so I put a thing on our Instagram being like, we're going to do Fish56Octagon.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what we need to know, Rotters. Nearly everyone was like, he eats fucking dry Weetabix from a dog bowl. Everyone was like, there's something wrong with this guy, he's weird. And I was like, what's weird about him? We go, he eats dry Weetabix from a fucking Balti dish. There's something wrong with this man. And again, he's in the dressing gown, he's got his weird fucking bowl, and the question someone's asked him is, what is with your aversion to milk products?
And he's a mad guy that eats weird stuff. Wouldn't it be an incredible reveal if one day he was just like, and here's my son, Bevo. Just the 2 of them together.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a video, him in his house.
Explaining why he eats the way he does.
Explaining his aversion to milk products.
That's why I eat my breakfast cereal out of what appears to be a dog bowl, although it's actually part of a weight scale, which is now redundant, unfortunately. It does, however, have a vulcanised rubber base. Also, the aversion to milk products, like why don't I put milk on my Weetabix and on my
Why is he in the dressing gown?
cornflakes? I used to actually put butter on my Weetabix, but that was back in the bad olden days. So I've not got an aversion to dairy.
His house is fucking amazing.
No, the reason I don't put milk on my breakfast cereals is like, you spend a load of money, don't you? Like, work hard all week, go down the shop, buy your breakfast cereal, get your Weetabix, get your cornflakes.
What is he talking
main
about?
Characteristic of breakfast cereal is that it's crunchy, right? So why do you immediately put another product on it that makes it not crunchy anymore? I can't get my head around that. That's like saying, why don't you buy a car?
He's taking a bit of stand-up here, isn't he?
Get yourself a really nice, like, not something shit, like something really nice, like get like an E46 M3 CSL or something, like really nice. Carbon fibre airbox, SMG, gearbox, like beautiful motor.
It's the most boring thing I've ever seen.
Lots of parts on that car that are bespoke to the CSL. It's not just
What is he talking about? Shut up!
Massive list of bespoke parts.
Shut up!
But yeah, just buy that and then just smash it into a wall. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Or buy a house and then just like knock it down.
Shut
with
up!
A JCB or something like that.
Shut up!
That makes about as much sense to me as putting milk on cornflakes.
Whoa, that was a real what am I doing moment, that was. That was really hard.
He knows what he's doing, by the way.
Is that just...
Mate,
that's
why does
engagement.
he walk the entire length? Not just the engagement, he's showing off how nice his house is. He walks the entire length of that house. He walks into 4 different rooms, and you can see the garden, you can see the huge living room, the huge dining table,
dressing room,
the fucking wine cabinet. He does that deliberately so you can see all of his massive house. Also, I've realised who he reminds me of. It's Peep Show. Do you remember there's a bit in Peep Show? I can't remember what the guy's called. He's got long hair.
Yeah.
And he makes loads of money.
Yeah.
And suddenly Jez gets a job
They
working for
commission
him.
him
He's
to
like,
make the film.
I'd like a kebab.
Yeah.
I want you to go and get me a kebab.
His
He's
name's
that
like,
guy.
His name's like Og or something. Like that's when they bullied him at school, they called him like Og.
Yeah. And then him and Jez and Superhands going.
He's like, really? Do you want a kebab? And he's like, no.
No, of course I don't. And he's like, yeah. But he's got that same kind of smug, like, why would I want milk on my Weetabix? What, you think I'm just going to ruin my Weetabix? It's like, people like him, they think they're so fucking clever. Like, he thinks he's cleverer than the average man because he's worked out you don't have to have milk on your Weetabix. Like, he thinks he's smarter than you. He's like, it's like you've just got some nice car and driven it into a bloody wall, whereas smart people like me don't even need milk on our Weetabix. Fucking prick.
And it's like that slight insufferability of him.
It's so insufferable.
It undermines his likable. Because, like we said, that's another thing. It's not as fun to hear him talk about something he's passionate about because it's dance music and that's lame as fuck.
Yeah.
And B, it's because it's laced not with the humour and self-deprecation of Tom Gilby talking about wine, but with the smug, almost comic book man kind of thing. Actually, I think you'll find that it was the prodigy that first coined the term.
I think you'll find Actually, I think you'll find that is bang on exactly how he speaks. And how does he describe the bowl? It's like, when does he got a vulcanised rubber base? Fuck off, man. That is the thing with this guy. Because I tell you what, the spreadsheet lads have really got in my head. Because every time we do someone now, I'm like, do I like them or not? Where do they end up? And it's like, I shouldn't be second guessing myself, but I kind of am. And like, the last couple of ones we've done, I think the young Manchester lad walking to a beef, and we were a bit concerned for his well-being. We were like, okay? Broadly
nice bloke, raising money for charity.
Bloke, yeah, naive, and like, you know, we're just
worried about Uncle Wayne.
Yeah, just like the fucking Wayne isn't. Now get in the shower and let's have a bloody look at you, right? Who did we do before that? Tom Oliver, the Brent one. Another difficult one, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
Did we like him? Did we think he was a bit pathetic?
Yeah,
he's a bit cringe. This guy, I'm so torn. When he's just doing his nerdy little dance with it and explaining the dance music, I'm like, cute little nerd guy.
When he's doing this,
when he's like, I've got a vulcanised rubber bass to my bar.
Lock him in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah. I want to attack the guy. I've got to be careful because Instagram have banned me for saying that I'm going to kidnap Cycling Mikey, so I have to be careful what I say. But no, I don't like that.
I completely agree. And I find myself, like you say, I want to give clarity to the spreadsheet boys. I don't want them to have to like try and work it out. Do you know what I mean?
We're trying to make your lives easier.
Trying to make your lives easier.
Trying to make your job easier. Your job. Deary me. If people have just tuned in and they don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There are a group of Screen Rock fans who've got a spreadsheet where they rank how much we hate the people we're talking about.
And it's unbelievably funny. It has these classifications within it. And
link in the episode description, by the way. You can
in
have
the
a look
Spotify
yourself.
And YouTube descriptions, you can go and look at the Rotter rankings. And it will be interesting to see where this guy, I keep calling him Fish56.
Let's watch the next clip. Because, so this is what I was hoping it'd be. In this one, he's on an indoor Peloton bike with his Weetabix. Someone's asked him if you heard about the new stage at Glastonbury this year. I don't love Glastonbury heads who are super smug about it.
Have you ever been to Glastonbury?
No.
I haven't, and I don't think I ever will.
I can't afford it, mate. People.
It's like you pay more for that than you pay for a week's holiday.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you spend like $2,000 on it now.
And then like the toilet conditions are the most, like by all accounts, the most disgusting thing you've ever experienced in your life.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just do a couple of minutes on Glastonbury then. What is so good about it?
No,
like, what could be so good that it's worth that? That it's worth $2,000 and shitting in a bush and not washing.
Yeah, not for me.
I'm a proper shower every morning person. I can't do anything if I don't.
I'm a 2-a-day guy most of the time.
Are you? Yeah. Good. Well, but I like, and also like in my head sometimes I'm like, it does look quite cool. There's a guy I know, a rapper called Harley Maxwell,
right?
And him and his mates, they do a thing called Peng Deli, and they did that on like a small stage at Glass. And I was like, that does actually look fucking quality. That looks really fun. But then it's like, but then the next morning you wake up, you fucking stink, you're in some smelly tent. And it's like, is it all going to be cool people like Harley Maxwell and these like Walthamstow-based rappers like Dream McLean and they're all mates with Professor Green? Or is it this fucker?
There's going to be a lot of this guy who's in £1,000 a night tent. Yeah, with his like
glamping,
with his marketing
he'll have some
millions.
Stupid poncho on and some like
if not
funny
that,
glasses.
There's going to be some dirty Bristol drum and bass crusties, and I don't want either of them.
By the way, he is just a dirty Bristol drum and bass crusty that's made £500,000.
Not the drum and bass crusty's not the only. Not that you don't have to be from Bristol to be a drum and bass crusty.
No, that's true.
You
But
often
there's
are.
fucking loads of them there. There's a lot of them there, and I've got a vague feeling that he lives in that part of the world.
Is it?
But he is literally, if one of them wins the lottery, that's him.
That's what it is. And here he is talking about what we don't understand. He's talking about Glastonbury.
Have you heard about this new stage at Glastonbury this year?
No, I haven't.
The area is called Woodsis, and this is the Tree stage. And it's an immersive experimental audio-visual experience that's got speakers all the way around it, screens with cutting-edge visuals.
Cutting-edge visuals.
Going up there and playing cutting-edge electronic music and experimental music that hasn't got beats in it, ambient and stuff like that. And I'm going to be playing a set referencing some dance music of yesteryear in true fishtail style, and also playing some of my favourite ambient tunes as well. So if you fancy an alternative after the main stages have shut, and you're a little bit parted out, or you need to nourish your soul a little bit, this is the place to come, because they're doing something completely different, and it offers an alternative, or maybe just a little breather between the main stage action and the excitement of the southeast corner and Arcadia and Shangri-La and all that. So hope to see you there, because I'm super excited to be playing something and doing something a little bit different as well.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Francis Bourgeois. He does have like
Maybe he is neurodivergent.
dance music Frankie Bourgeois about him, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine having paid, well, I don't know what it is, it must be 350 quid, £400 for the ticket.
It's £2,000 all in.
You paid £150, yeah, to transport, all this. And then with one of your precious evenings, one of your 3 precious evenings, in the moment, in the absolute moment of kind of party zenith, you go to the missus, do you want to go to the stage and watch the bald geezer off TikTok, the 50-year-old bald geezer off TikTok, play music with purposefully no beats in it?
Yeah, exactly. Purposely no beats. It's quite ambient. It's maybe if your soul needs refreshing. Be fucking honest. You're trying to get people who've done too many drugs, who've gone a bit too hard. You're trying to get them when they're vulnerable. You're trying to get them when they're all fucking tuckered out. Also, that you've hit something on the fucking nail of the head there. He's someone that you watch on TikTok. And he's someone you would have to drag your missus to. Now, I'm on tour at the moment, so I've got experience.
You're well aware of.
I've got experience of what it feels like when someone drags their missus to see. That happens quite a lot on my tour. Is this that Arsenal guy
the amount of patient women sat next to blokes in Arsenal shirts at Jacob's shows.
Oh my god, that is literally my demographic. It's beautiful, patient girlfriends. and their boyfriends in their favourite Arsenal team. But yeah, that's exactly what this would be. And it's, oh my god. And like, as you say, the Peloton, the fucking...
Yeah, the
Weetabix. It's so kind of like suburban comfort living. Do you know
what
I mean?
We've got, like, so...
It's so uncool.
It's like you say, yes, deeply, deeply uncool. And this is the guy, like you say, trying to bring people down, or trying to like kind of save people that have been on loads of drugs. In Berlin... They've got actual nurses and healthcare workers. At Glastonbury, Jacob Cahill's, he's going to wake up with Fish56Octagon right in his fucking nut.
Wrapping a dressy gown around me. This is what I want to do, though. This is, next time, I'm in the fucking cab to DC10,
right,
and I've got Leo and all these fucking lads in my ear going, are you excited to see Jamie Jones tonight? And I'm going, yes, that's what I want, lads. Right, and they think they're being so fucking cool knowing who that is.
Yeah.
Or, next time I'm at a bar in Berlin, and I'm going, you want water as well? They go, yeah, so we can appreciate the fucking techno. I want to be like, by the way, this is what you look like. You know, you think you're really cool by going to DC10 and dancing to this DJ no one's heard of, or you think you're really cool because you're appreciating techno in Berlin. You're not the cool person you think you are. You're Fish56Octagon. You're a man in a dressing gown on a Peloton bike.
Yeah, there was an amazing meme going around earlier in the year, you know, and everyone's kind of has carried on. Everyone's fucking shitting their pants about Guinness all the time, talking about how much they love Guinness.
Yeah, what is that?
And there was
the
an amazing... There was the Devonshire.
Split the G. What the fuck?
There's this incredible meme where it's like, what you think you look like when you're talking about Guinness versus what you actually look like. And in the first picture, it was a picture of the playwright Samuel Beckett with a Guinness and a fag, and he looks like the coolest bloke ever. And it's like, that's what you think you look like. And the next picture is what you actually look like. And it was Les Dennis sat on his own in a pub with a Guinness. And there's a thing for this, it's where it's like, what you think you look like is like Jamie XX or Diplo or whatever. And what you actually look and sound like is Fish69 Octagon.
56.
56, sorry.
You're never going to get it right. Let's watch one more.
Do we want to watch the tequila one to finish?
Yeah, I think the tequila one's the big finish. And this is. We've just spoke about how anyone who's going to watch this guy is dragging a girlfriend along. This guy has been dragging some poor woman along for a long time. This is what his poor wife puts up with.
Secret report from inside the spice cupboard. Look at this. I set this up earlier. No one knows nothing.
Knows nothing. He's shit-faced. Got tequila in the spice rack. He's obviously hating it. Pops up over the counter.
She don't know nothing.
She don't know nothing.
She does.
And she definitely does. And his wife looks like a completely normal lady just doing a bit of work.
Sat at the island, the kitchen island of this £100,000 kitchen. This is the kind of that video completely distills what makes him so uncool.
Yes,
is the fact that he's not drinking tequila in Berlin.
No,
he's not drinking tequila in Ibiza. He's drinking tequila
in
from
spice
rack of his £100,000 Wicks kitchen, while his disappointed middle-aged wife is sat at the kitchen island doing what a normal person
doing
would do.
admin.
Looks like she's going through a bit of admin, sorting out the finances, whatever. While a fucking middle-aged, midlife crisis prick of a husband is hiding in a kitchen unit drinking tequila alone before he scuttles off to his little fucking spare room to film himself talking about the Prodigy's third album. It is. If there's a headline of this episode, is dance music is not cool, and this guy explains why. And he could be. There's loads of people who love him. He could be lovable, but he's too smug.
I think you're right. He tips into comic book areas.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty clear where he should be on the spreadsheet as well.
He's
not
low,
too
man. No. As it's gone on, I'm like, fuck
I'm not worried
you,
about. I'm not worried about a lack of clarity anymore.
No. I'm not.
Look,
no, he's too smug. He's too smug.
If there's one message that we take away from today, as always, it is be more like Tom Gilby. If there is something you're passionate about, if there's something that you love in your life, be more like him. Be less like Fish59Octagon.
Fucking Fish69 square in your head.
It's going to be a jet pocket style apology before this week's episode.
If you label this episode, you're going to get the wrong name on the YouTube.
Thanks always, as always, for listening, Rotters. We hope to see you soon at the live show, 8th of August, or at one of Jacob's tour shows later in the autumn. We love you very much. Thanks for listening. Take care.
God bless.